As I look in my diary for this week, it is a strange mixture of things that are planned online and things that had been planned in person. I wasn't at the Guild afternoon tea. That couldn't happen. I will be at plenty of Zoom meetings. I should have been leaving today to head to Australia and Germany with a group of 45 people to see the Passion Play at Oberammergau, which takes place every 10 years. But the performances have been postponed to 2022. I'm sad to be waiting 2 more years, but the unexpected bonus has been that some of the Midstocket congregation are able to join me on that trip. I don't know how much you know about the Oberammergau Passion Play. It all began as a response to the plague, or Black Death, which claimed more than 1 million lives throughout Saxony and Bavaria in 1631 and 1632. For some time, the village of Oberammergau had escaped the worst of the plague, perhaps due to its rural location. They had strictly enforced quarantine and had guards on duty to control access to the village. They were in lockdown. However, one night, someone who'd been working away from home crept back into the village to visit his family and friends and unwittingly brought the plague with him. That resulted in his death and that of his wife and children. Within a few months, 84 adults in Oberammergau are known to have died. In the 17th century, little was known of the cause of such diseases and all sorts of theories persisted. Some thought it must be a punishment from God for some wrongdoing, so an act of penitence, an expression of faith, might be the answer. So in July 1633, the village council met in the church, and there in prayer, in God's presence, they made a solemn vow to perform every 10 years a play of Christ's Passion, if God would just deliver them from this disease. Since then, the villagers have kept their vow. It has been performed every 10 years, except for 1770, when such plays were banned, and 1940 in the Second World War. The play, telling the story of Christ's suffering, dying and resurrection, is performed by people from the village. 5 performances a week from May to October, 102 performances in all. The original performances from 1634 to 1820 took place in the graveyard over the graves of those who died of the Black Death plague. Nowadays it takes place in a covered auditorium which seats about 4,700 people. And although the audience is protected from the elements, the stage is open air. Music is a huge part of the performance. Almost 1/3 of the 5.5-hour-long performance is musical compositions. Although there is a 3-hour dinner break in the performance, if you're thinking that's a long time to sit. The performance is very dramatic and very moving. I was there 10 years ago and I'm really looking forward to going back, albeit 2 years later than planned. There are similarities to our current situation. We both know what it's like to be in lockdown, but there are also differences. Science has developed so much. We have many different ways of communicating now and a much greater understanding of viruses and how to fight them. I do not believe that this virus is a punishment from God for the world, or that we should ignore medical and scientific advice and expect God to protect us nevertheless. It is right that this performance, though, should be delayed to protect the performers, villagers, visitors, workers. It is right that we follow the guidance developed with God-given talent. Our faith reminds us that Jesus is our master and our friend. He speaks, we listen. He promises, and he delivers. He guides us. May we follow with grace and sensitivity and love for others. Some things are delayed, some things are cancelled, Some things might never be the same again, but many things are unchanged. Now these three remain: faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of these is love. May you know God's love and peace. Now Joy's going to play hymn number 644. 644, O Jesus, I have promised.